Hello everyone. The topic today we discuss is pricing and methods of pricing. The meaning and definition of price, the amount of money charged for a particular product or service is price, or the sum of the values that the consumers exchange for the benefits of having or using the product or service is price. The definition is, according to Philip Kotler, price is the amount of money charged for a particular product or service. Now, let's understand with a small example. If we want to buy a particular product, we need to pay a certain amount of money, and that amount is called price. Example, now when we want to buy 1 liter of milk, how much do we pay? Maybe 44 rupees or 45 rupees, and yes, for 1 liter what is the money we pay? 45, and that is the price of a particular product. Similarly, when we go to a restaurant and we order something, we pay a certain amount of money for the service that they provide us, which includes the food and the service which is being given to us. So, when we go to a restaurant and order for one masala dosa, we hardly pay around 40 rupees or 50 rupees. The money what we pay is price. This price includes the service that the customer gets from the restaurant as well with the product. Now, when we understand what are the methods of pricing, methods of pricing are classified broadly into four main categories, and subcategories are also there. Let's understand briefly one by one. The first one, when we talk about, it's pricing based on customer. The main category, the first category is pricing based on customer. Under that, before that, what is pricing based on customer? The price would be initially decided based on the segment of customers for which or for whom we deliver the products, and that is the first category that we are going to see. Over the classes, we'll be able to understand what are the specifications. The first one, odd even pricing. When we see odd even pricing, what is that? Odd number or even number pricing. So when we talk about odd or even number pricing, usually we would have understood about rupees 79 rupees or 80 rupees or something. Now when the Bata rate goes on, it is 499 only, 999 only. What does it mean? They don't round it off to the nearest number as 1000 rupees just to mark on the customer saying this is not so high kind. So this kind of pricing is called odd even pricing. Second one, psychological pricing. When we understand psychology, what is psychology of the customer? Basically, when the customer wants to buy certain product, the first note goes to the mind is price. What could be the price of the product? So, how do you bet on the customer's mindset or customer psychology? Usually, the psychology of the customer ranges differently from one to one. Some people buy when it is too high, when it is too low, or when there is a sale offered, or when there is something which is given with a counter offer or something. So when we talk about psychological pricing, usually the pricing decisions would be understood based on the psychology of which product and who are the customers, what are their psychologies. So when we think of festival seasons, usually every customer wants to buy something or the other thing for the festival. So in that case, how would be the pricing decided based on the psychology? Whatever discounts or sale or price which has been offered would definitely attract the customer to come and buy the product. Reliance Trends would go for discounted sale. On the card it would be, or on the price tag it could be 699, but offer price would be 499 only, or it could be buy one get one free, something like this. This is the example for psychological pricing. The third one, prestige pricing. What is prestige pricing? The pricing decision would decide or would be decided or would depend on the prestige factor of the customers or as well as product. When we talk about the price, usually that's the brand identity or the prestigious connotation which goes with the customer. So I have given you an example for Rolex. The watch Rolex is very famous or pretty popular amongst people for the brand or the prestige that they carry forward with the product. Now, for such products, pricing would be really very high, so that the even though the high price is charged, but this prestige tag gets carried away with the customer. So, pricing depending on the type of the product, what is the brand value carried with that, or what is the prestige symbol which is carried out. Accordingly, pricing is decided. What is fourth one? Dual pricing. The word dual itself we will be able to understand. It is two prices. I have just given you an example of a Samsung mobile phone. But what is dual pricing connected with Samsung mobile phone? Usually what is dual pricing is the same product will be charged or will be priced in different manner according to the outlet, according to the retail outlets, or according to the place, or according to the distribution networks. Now when I talk about dual pricing, when we go to Samsung mobile showroom, what is the amount that we pay for a product differs when you order the same mobile phone on online or e-commerce outlets. This is called dual pricing. The brand is same, the mobile is same, or the price tags remain same, but somewhere to cater to the needs of the customer, they price it little deviation. So what happens when we say for dual pricing? Each product can be rendered or given to the customer in a different mode. One example. The second one is, in different places, in different localities, the price of the product may change based on the locality. For example, a normal Bisleri water bottle in any of the towns would be 20 rupees or 40 rupees. Whereas the same bottle, when you go to a hill station, it could be priced more than 20 rupees just because of the locality. And this is called dual pricing. The example one referred to online services or retail outlet pricing. The second example which I quoted is on the geographical locations of the products. Fifth one, price lining. What is price lining? Price line as similar to product line. When we have product lines from one to one, ranging from one range to another one, the price line also will differ. So the same way, when we have different product lines, each product line may be priced for a different way. For example, movie tickets. When we go and watch a movie in a particular mall or anywhere, Inox or PVR, you have 2-3 bifurcations. It may be gold class, it may be silver screen, or it may be something else. So each one, the movie is shown as the same, but the thing is, you have a different line between 1 to 1, and depending on that, the price is charged. It's not that gold class ticket and silver screen ticket is one and the same, right? It is different from 1 to 1. Normally a gold class ticket is 500 and a silver screen ticket is 200. This is called price lining. The second main classification is based on competition. What was the first one? Based on customer. Now we move on to second main thing is based on competition. Under based on competition, the first one is penetration pricing. What is penetration pricing? The word penetration means you sneakily get into something within the reasonable range. Penetration pricing is The producer will charge the price of the product very low in the initial stages so as to attract the customers to the product and as well create a value in the market. So usually you can see the example there on the screen, real deal 8-inch for rupees 88, McDonald's or something like that. When this is the initial offering, KFC, McD, Burger King, all those people offer or launch certain things in the initial days and they offer at a very lesser price. And this is called penetration pricing. Usually a price may change over the time based on the product life cycle. So when a product is newly introduced to the market, possibly they will use this kind of pricing as penetration pricing to attract the customers, and later on they may change or they may increase the prices thereafter. So here introductory price, you can see something in the brackets called introductory price, 88 rupees. So this is what a catchy note which says introductory price, so that everybody wants to buy or everybody wants to experience what's something new. What is the second one? It's called skimming pricing. Skimming is a word which we use the cream layer of the thing. When we talk about skimming pricing, opposite to penetration pricing, the producer or the marketer initially prices a product very high so that to set the ceiling, and later on over the time slowly gradually the price of the product will change. For a small example, I have taken Samsung Galaxy S6. When the product was introduced or launched in the market, the price stood at 49,900 in the Indian market. Whereas today, I don't think the same price is there. When they started the product at the peak time, they charged very high so that the new model, the unique model, the price would be high. Of late, maybe 1 year later, don't think we will be able to buy 49,900. Possibly it may come down to 45,000 or even lesser than that. So this kind of pricing is skimming pricing. What's third one? It's monopoly pricing. The word monopoly is single seller. Similarly, monopoly pricing is throughout the places, throughout the country or throughout the state, everywhere it becomes a common pricing and it is be same everywhere. So when we talk about monopoly pricing, the product will be the same for every place, for all the customers, as well the price remains same. It will not be changed. LPG gas or Bharat gas, we pay around 750 rupees or 850 rupees on a subsidized rates throughout the country and it is same. You can't expect Bangalore being a metropolitan city, we will charge high as well, and somewhere in the rural area we will charge low. No, it's something remaining same ever, and this is called monopoly pricing. Bharat gas is the leader of LPG for cooking purpose. So who's setting the price? Bharat gas will set the price accordingly and the same price will be taken care. HP, Indian or whichever gas is being rendered, everybody will set the same similar prices, not having much variations in the price. Fourth one, administered pricing. What is administered pricing? Government will fix the price and will be administered. The price will be administered over a period of time where people cannot change with whatever it is. Indian Oil is one of the best examples that I can quote for you, because Indian Oil is the uniform seller for petrol or diesel or anything else like LPG gas also, but basically they are dealing with petrol and diesel. They administer the prices and set the price accordingly based on the requirement or the demand and which has been there in the price. So there is no much changes whether it is Bharat Petroleum or Indian Oil or whichever is that. Anything which we administer is important from the regulation. So now when we talk about LPG gas or Indian oil, it's one and the same. They will administer the prices accordingly from 1 to 1. When we talk about the third main classification based on cost and demand. First one, cost plus pricing. What is that? Cost of production plus cost of operating business plus profit is equal to price of the product. I just wrote the equation so that it will be able to understand easily. What is cost of production and what is cost of operating business? These two factors will be definitely defined so that the pricing is fixed accordingly. Now, I told you an example as 1 liter milk is 45 rupees. How did they come to this particular rupees 45? Cost of production is per product and mass production, total cost of production. If KMF is manufacturing 1000 liters of milk or pasteurizing 1000 liters of milk, what is that cost of production on a whole? Plus, what is operating business? It's not just manufacturing or pasteurizing, it's something which is important to operate the business also. Now KMF has to pay salaries to the employees or transportation expenses or advertisement expenses. Everything put together we call it cost of operating business. So both of it has to be taken into consideration, plus profit margin has to be monitored, and therefore the price of the product will be fixed. The second one, target return pricing. What is target return pricing? Cost of production plus cost of sales plus target return on investment is equal to price of the product. Similar equation, but instead of profit, they think of target return on investment. If I am investing 1 crore rupees on my business, I would be able to expect minimum 1 crore 50 lakhs on my business line. So what is that? Target return on investment is 50 lakhs. Because I have invested 1 crore, I need to get minimum 1 crore 50 lakhs above it. So that is target. How do I reach the target? Only through pricing. So break-even analysis would be also used as a process, and as well the price of the product would be fixed accordingly to reach the target return on price. Third one, demand-based pricing. When we talk about demand-based pricing, the price of the product or the service will fluctuate based on the demand. The very right example which I have taken is Air India or any of the airlines, airfare, which is the best example. When a person wants to fly to Goa, normally the flight rates would be 3000 rupees. Normally. But if you book the ticket well in advance, possibly it is 3000. But tomorrow I need to fly and today I want to book a ticket, then what? Then the demand will be too high and that 3000 rupees may range to 8000 rupees. So what is this margin? It is keeping up in the demand way and then the price will change. Therefore, price of the product or the service will change based on the demand creation. Greater the demand, greater the price. Lesser the demand, lesser the price. Fourth main classification based on geographical locations. You have three things under geographical locations. Depending on the geographical location, the place where the product or the service is sold, based on that you have a classification. The first one is free on board price, FOB price. So if you can see that, what is free on board? Goods or services will be rendered, will be sold, will be given to the customer ownership will be transferred as it leaves the point of origin. When you talk about a particular product, where is the place of production? We will not know where is the place of production unless you go in a detailed search. Now, when you talk about I-20 cars, people across the country, across the world buy I-20 car, but the place where I-20 car is manufactured, nobody is very clear about it. I am here in Bangalore, I am using I-20 car, but manufactured somewhere else in north part of the country. From there it has to come down to Bangalore, and the price will include that only when the ownership is transferred as it leaves the point of origin. This is called free on board price. The second one is zone pricing. Goods and services again will be the similar one, but location of the customers will be considered. Now, when we talk about Amazon, Flipkart, or any of the service providers, any of the online outlets, they charge for as courier charges or reaching charges or whatever we say. It differs from place to place. Now, when I am in Malleshwaram and I order for something, possibly the expenses what I pay extra maybe is 40 rupees or something. But with the same, when I'm the person stays somewhere off Whitefield and I order something, that 40 rupees may be differing from 40 to 80 rupees. This is called zone pricing. Depending on the location of the customer, prices will change. Price of a particular product may not change, but the price of the service will change. So as a whole, it is called zone pricing. Base point pricing. When we talk about base point pricing, it is cost plus transportation. It is one or two locations will be considered as base points, and from there the price will be changing. So Bangalore or Mysore, you will have two base points. From there, when you operate, the price of the product will change. I hope the topic methods of pricing is clear to you, and if something is not clear, kindly revert back and let me see how best we can reach you all. Thank you.